Mother and daughter are on the mend, but they're both still dealing with lingering symptoms, including mild fevers.
The total course of this illness, I would say, has been over 30 days for me. I continue to have some neurological symptoms. It's very difficult for me to read or write anything, to even speak clearly.
Still, they say they're incredibly thankful to be together.
I'm just happy she's still with me, honestly.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that I came out of it okay, but I'm maybe even a little more grateful that I got to know my daughter in a whole new way and respect her in a whole new way and see how she's growing into this amazing woman.
Making this a Mother's Day to remember. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And I think it will be a Mother's Day to remember for so many of us this year. Please join CBS 6 and Iskoba in showing appreciation for our community heroes doing all they can to make sure that we get through this pandemic. We ask you to nominate an individual by going to cbs6albany.com. Under the Community tab on our homepage, just click the contest link, and that's where you'll find community heroes. Beginning May 11th, we will highlight a community hero every day right here on CBS 6.
All right, we are checking out the view over Pittsfield, our Freihoffer Sky Camera Network here with that thickening and lowering overcast. Temperatures now in the low 40s in Pittsfield. We've got a combination of rain and elevation snow that's in the process of breaking out across the area. Getting a lot of reports now from our WeatherNet 6 spotters, especially in the higher elevations back in the Catskills and even the southern Adirondacks, that it is snowing at Jefferson, snowing at Worcester, snowing up at Stratford and Fulton County. And the air is now becoming just moist enough. It's been dry, so a lot of this has been evaporating on its way down, but that is changing. So very soon we're going to see the raindrops here in the capital region. Then ultimately, I am confident we will see at least snow in the air. Whether we get much sticking on the ground is up for grabs right now, because it was warm today in the 50s, and the soil temperatures, the ground temperatures are pretty mild. But it's a pretty potent storm that's in the process of winding up. It's being fueled by a shot of very, very cold air that's coming in from the polar region. So ultimately, that's going to make this a strong storm, and that means a lot of wind following it coming up during the day Saturday. So here's the latest radar picture, and there's still this hole over the capital region. The air is dry, but soon, it won't be too much longer before we get initially some light rain. We are getting the radar indications here as well as the ground spotter reports to the west that it has begun to change over to snow. And you can see these surface temperatures now from Gloversville to Cobleskill to Margaretville on west, where we have had some precipitation, a lot of evaporative cooling going on. So those temperatures have dropped back into the 30s versus the 50s we still have in the Hudson Valley. Our temperatures are going to drop pretty sharply once the rain does begin. So expect numbers to fall back into the 30s. We'll see rain changing over to snow, even down to the valley floor. Again, probably not a lot of sticking, and what we do get will be on elevated surfaces. So it's the high spots where it's colder, where we're likely to see several inches. And most of us, 11, 12 o'clock, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, will be snowing, but by about 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, it's going to shut down fast. This is a fast-moving storm, so that will limit the duration, and that, too, would have the impact of kind of limiting the accumulation potential. But boy, in its wake, it is cold, cold. There's no doubt about that coming up early tomorrow morning, and for that matter, right through the day. So snow accumulation map here. Again, it's going to vary a lot from place to place. Best bet for a couple of inches. Elevations of 1,000 feet and up in the Catskills, Taconics, Berkshires, and southern Vermont. Any spot could see it coating to as much as an inch. There'll be a lot of spots in the valleys that probably don't even get that, and most of it's going to be on elevated surfaces. Few spots in the Adirondacks could see an inch or two of snow. So in terms of impact, very low impact, because it's not going to stick on roads and it's going to melt real quickly. So my advice is to take your pictures of it in the spots where it does stack up very, very quickly, because it will be gone quickly. Despite the chilly temperatures tomorrow, it still will be warm enough so it'll melt fast. Look at these wind chills by morning. Teens and lower to mid-20s. That's absurd for Mother's Day weekend. There won't be a lot of improvement during the day. The winds will gust 40, 45, so that's going to keep the wind chills generally in the 20s and 30s. This despite temperatures maybe just eking into the low mid-40s in the valleys, but likely not not getting out of the 30s for higher elevation locations. And it will be unstable. So after some sunshine, clouds will build, and I do expect some scattered mixed precipitation showers, some snow, some rain, some graupel, most concentrated across the hills and mountains, but even in the valleys, we could see a few of these passing showers. By evening and the early nighttime hours, with the loss of the ineffective daytime heating they'll be gone, and that means Mother's Day is looking like the better of the 2 weekend days. Still, it's going to be windy and chilly, but not as cold, not as windy, and skies will be brighter. We'll get those temperatures up into the 50s and kind of hold in the 50s on Monday. Another system gets us back in the clouds, some showers, some elevation flakes, and then gradual warming after that, maybe into the 70s Friday, but the early signals are for some showers and thunderstorms to come with that warm up towards the end of the week. But at least, hey, temperatures finally will be going up, but it's still about a week away.
All right, thank you, Steve. Well, coming up here, eating healthy doesn't mean giving up the foods you love on this week's Upstate Fit Friday at Home edition. Chet and Gardner head into the kitchen to whip up a delicious but good-for-you meal.
Wait, what? Colbert's New from Home, Monday on CBS.
Don't miss a moment. You just crazy as you want to be. I know I'm raised there. I made all my money being crazy.
Weeknights at 7:30 on CBS 6.
The CBS 6 Per Patrol, with your help, the captures and surrenders keep coming. And this week we feature a man who's no stranger to police. This time he's wanted in Colony for allegedly stealing over $900 worth of electronics from Kohl's. And state police in Clifton Park want this man on grand larceny and drug charges. For a complete rundown, catch the Per Patrol tonight at 11.
A migraine hope from Aimovig to show up for the sweet, the hectic, the tender, the tense, the frustrating, and the fiery. But for many, migraine keeps them from saying, I am here. We aim to change that with Aimovig, a preventive treatment for migraine in adults. One dose once a month is proven to reduce monthly migraine days, for some by half or more. Don't take Aimovig if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or swelling can happen hours to days after use. Severe constipation can happen, sometimes with serious complications. Common side effects include injection site reactions and constipation. It doesn't matter what each day brings, so long as you can say, I am here. Aim to be there more. Talk to your doctor about Aimovig.
When you need a vehicle you can count on, trust Toyota to be here for you.
Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off. If you need a new vehicle, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months and attractive leases on our most popular Toyotas. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home.
It's our promise to you, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Hey guy. Hi there. Welcome to HIMS.
I should have done it years ago, and I feel like the young stud that I always imagined I was.
Outstanding product. Works above and beyond our expectations.
This has been a life changer, even in just a few weeks.
Featured in GQ, Playboy, and Men's Health. Find out what all the buzz is about. Go to forhims.com/ED and get started with a free online visit while supplies last.
Hi folks, it's Glendora. How are you today? Behind every successful man is a proud wife and a flabbergasted mother-in-law. A teacher said teaching in the old days was fun. The kids used to bring you apples. Now they just drive you bananas. Folks, have the peace in your heart and mind. Go vegan.
For months now, you've seen the kitchen behind us. How about we put it to good use this week on Upstate Fit Friday at Home Edition? Matt Phelps from Metabolic is joining us via Zoom. Matt, I'm sure during this pandemic, eating healthy is...
We'll be looking for signs and symptoms if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling...
Adorned by many stone carvers from Scotland, especially Aberdeen.
So while we're on the topic of Scottish independence, it got me thinking, William Wallace from the movie Braveheart, is he real? Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, he did exist, but no, it may have been a little bit exaggerated in terms of his character in that movie. In Saratoga Springs, Craig Gold, CBS 6 News.
I thought I'd start this segment by giving you a little bit of an Easter preview here because we've kind of got a wild weather ride, I think, between now and then, with a couple of systems bringing some rain and snow to higher elevation spots this week, and there'll be some pretty big temperature swings. But I think on Easter, we could actually be back in an upswing in terms of temperature. Right now, forecasting highs between 55 to maybe as high as 60 degrees, although there will be a storm system approaching, so clouds increase, and there is a potential right now that it could be raining by the end of the day. But there's also a potential the storm could be a little slow, and maybe slow enough so that any rain holds off until after dark. So that's one of the timing nuances that I'll be working on throughout the week. But right now, it looks like Easter may actually skew relatively mild, but could turn wet. Let me show you the 10-day temperature trend, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of the ups and downs. I think we're headed for the low 60s tomorrow, fourth consecutive day at or above 60, and then after that, we'll see temperatures dropping pretty dramatically. Friday, likely the coolest day in the short term, and then starting to come back up again. Here's Easter Sunday, Monday. These 2 days maybe near 60, but then cooling again. So it looks like the longer term pattern through April will have us kind of skewing cooler, and that's a little bit different since it has been so warm for such a long period of time. In fact, April through yesterday running about 6.5 degrees above average, and we're going to start to knock that number down a little bit, it would appear. Check this out, though. Beautiful view over Schenectady, our Freihofer Sky Camera Network here. Temperature in the mid-50s right now after hitting the low 60s this afternoon. 59 at Albany with a westerly wind that's kicked up. It was fairly light early, but a little bit gusty this evening. The dew point's low at 21, so very low relative humidity, very dry air mass with widespread 50s on the board right now. 58 Clifton Park with Cohoes now at 59, 56 at Brunswick. With the dry air, though, and mostly clear skies, temperatures should effectively cool tonight. A lot of spots mid to upper 30s to right around 40 in town. That is still above average for this time of the year. And one more day here with sunshine, although some increase in afternoon clouds, dry, pleasant weather conditions. We head for the upper 50s to low 60s and maybe some mid 60s in the mid-Hudson Valley. So Tuesday is looking good. But this is the first in what will be a series of systems heading our way. Tracking to our south should bring a quick hitting round of rain and elevation snow that will kick in prior to midnight. So we'll get a shot of rain, elevations 1,500 feet and up across the southern Adirondacks and southern Vermont. Maybe get an inch or two of snow, but it moves fast enough so by about daybreak on Wednesday, it's mostly gone. A lot of clouds lingering with just a chance of an additional spotty shower, but even as a few spotty showers pop up and some instability, we might get a little brightening Wednesday afternoon with cooler temperatures generally in the 50s for most locations, at least mid, maybe upper, if we can get a few breaks of sun. Then Thursday, very strong cold front coming in through the morning will bring a widespread area of rain. There could also be a little high elevation snow with this and maybe some pockets of strong wind gusts as the front itself goes by late morning, early afternoon. Partial clearing late in the day, but a wind shift into the west. We're really going to drop those temperatures and I think set the stage for some elevation snow showers, which will be scattered throughout the region Friday. Maybe a couple of sprinkles in the valleys and winds gusting to 40. So blustery and cold on Friday. Then we come out of it Saturday dry, low to maybe mid-50s, and then upper 50s near 60 Easter. We'll watch for that next rainmaker late Sunday, Sunday night into at least Monday morning.
Thanks, Steve. American companies are taking charge when it comes to fighting this coronavirus pandemic. We go inside a Ford auto plant where hundreds of workers will be on the front lines of making ventilators for hospitals that find themselves in desperate need.
CBS 6 is sponsored by Martin Harding and Mazzotti.
CBS 6 plus Stir, the new free TV. Stir is powered by CBS 6. Streaming CBS 6 News live and on demand. And classic TV. Plus, binge watch for free. Stir delivers 100 plus extra channels with more than 5,000 hours of TV shows and movies. And the biggest plus of all, it's all free. No subscription necessary. CBS 6 plus Stir. Download now. Stir, the new free TV.
At Fucilla Volkswagen of Schenectady, we understand these are challenging and difficult times. We're glad to announce that our service center
prepared as possible. We suit up and scrub in to be ready to accompany you through whatever comes. Everything we do is to live up to the promise of being here through it all at Glens Falls Hospital.
Hi folks, it's Glendora. How are you today? Behind every successful man is a proud wife and a flabbergasted mother-in-law. A teacher said teaching in the old days was fun. The kids used to bring you apples. Now they just drive you bananas. Folks, Have the peace in your heart and mind. Go vegan.
Stop. The new 3?